And of course I need to put on the right game capture. There we go. Aha! Boom! Huzzah! Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 12th? Well, 13th now. It's past midnight where I am. 12th of May. And the latest Heroes of the Storm patch has indeed come out. And as suspected, kael'thas, the Sun King, has been introduced with this patch. Interesting thing of note, though, is when Blizzard released their up-and-coming information, they also released some information on Johanna, who is the female crusader from Diablo 3. So we have her to look forward to, if not next patch, then very shortly thereafter. But kael'thas is out, looks pretty cool. He's going to be one of the few mages that we have, like actual mages. Like everyone else is kind of, you know, they do their burst damage in their own way. Like Nova, I've called her in the past a mage in this game, and I use that using the mechanical term of MOBA that I'm used to, say in the form of Smite, in which I refer to mages that do most of their damage using their abilities rather than using their auto attacks, in which case then they're usually, say, straight up melee assassins or hunters if they're ranged. So he will be one of the few actual casters. This patch is kind of nice. They've done some updates to quite a few things. The UI, the systems of the game. Supposedly they fixed some of the memory leaks and issues that they've had, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I played a match just to test things out, and I was still getting the sound stutter issues and whatnot. So what I did is I went into the options, which everything kind of looks a little cleaner now. You'll kind of notice they ditched the angular design they were going for. They were trying to do this 45-degree angles, like sleek, modern thing, and they've gone back to the boxes here, kind of at the bottom. But we can go in here. Oh, the tutorials have their own button now. It used to be tutorial 1, 2, and 3, and things like that. Let's see what happens if I click tutorials.
Back for more training, hero?
Oh, okay, this is kind of cool. So they're separated into that menu, and you can see there's actual gold rewards for completing the introduction, the basic, advanced, and of course training. I'm going to have to do those just to get a little bit of gold. I mean, let's face it, that's 1,000 gold right there. So I will probably be doing that later. But under the options overlay looks so much nicer now. I mean, let's face it, we are a week away from open beta, and then 2 weeks away from actual launch. So the polished stuff, we should be expecting to see this. They're going to be doing a lot of this changing of the styles and getting it to the point where they want it, what they want the game to look like for release. So it looks really nice. You know what I should look at is the rebinding of the buttons to see if that looks much better now, because that was honestly kind of ugly before. Where is it? Social, gameplay, controls. Oh, here it is. Hotkeys down there. Okay, I mean, it's not terrible. And at least you can see it now. That's okay. FASH? Really? QWERD FASH escape. Okay. That's odd. Oh well, we'll look at that later. Okay, good. You can at least change some of the more advanced key options. I'm tempted to use some more of my mouse buttons for my abilities, but I'll look into that later. So I like the fact that they have, as usual, the latest release hero on the main screen. It's what a lot of these do that I've seen. I know Smite does that predominantly in their login screen. It used to be a still image, now it's an actual 3D model of the character. Let's kind of take a look at some of the things they've changed. You've got the training, which is you as fighting with a team of AI versus an enemy AI. You've got versus AI, which was the old co-op, and you have a toggle now for AI teammates. Quick match is the same. Hero League is much the same as it once was. Team League, of course, is here. They've reduced the cost on this, I believe. It's like 500 gold now. Let me look. Yeah, it's 500 gold now. It was a bit more expensive before. Shop's got some updates. As you can see, the feature bundles and things like that are more predominant. They also have categorized skins and things like that into rare and epic. And they'll let you know what they changed. Like, so if I go to Stormlord Falstad, You'll notice it's just it's an improved skin. He looks good. But if I go to back to shop and we go to Angelic Vala, this one you can see has an altered voiceover, and when you hear her talk, you can kind of hear the modulation in her voice now, which I should probably turn the sound a bit up a bit. My volume is at 75. Let me see if I can get her to talk again. Talk, damn you.
What's the story?
Okay, yeah, I can turn that up a little bit over here on OBS. Excellent. Okay, so if I go to skins and we can preview a few of these. I like this skin for kael'thas since he's just come out. This is the Stormpunk kael'thas. I really like it. In fact, I'm super tempted to actually get it. But it's... the only change to it is, of course, the visuals. There's no voice changes or unique lines. But that was what I was going to look at next, was looking at skins. We can look at, see, it'll tell you when there's themed abilities. So here, Funny Bunny Murky, his abilities will do different things when you use them to fit the theme. Here we have an altered voiceover for Ranger General Sylvanas. So she will... Did they say altered for Vala? But she'll have different lines because of who she is. Here we have Harlequin Nazeebo, who has themed abilities. Same thing with Lovebug and Nubarak. So you actually get a nice indicator now of what's in these skins. So, okay, yeah, there's altered voice, and then there's... what was the other one called? Oh, it's altered voice. It says altered as well. It's probably because Sylvanas naturally has an altered voice that it sounds normal. But here you can actually see somehow we'll have more, and let me see if I can't find... Let's find Tychus here. Skins. So Tychus has one of the few legendary skins, because his is just a little bit of everything. There's animations, there's themed abilities. His voiceover is replaced. It's not just modified, but his voiceover is completely replaced with new lines. So that's why this one is so high tier. And of course, why it's also so expensive. So the shop's not too bad. So we've got featured heroes. It's definitely gotten some overhauls. It's easier to see the, I think, what's on sale and things like that too now. Yeah, bundles and things like that. Speaking of bundles, what's in the bundles? There's kael'thas, there's the starter bundle. What's in the starter bundle?
What's the story?
Raynor, Malfurion, Muradin, and an armored warhorse. Not bad, not bad. Of course, stim packs are ever the same. I almost wish I could get these with gold, because I'm tempted to I'm tempted to buy the Storm bundle for Kael, but I probably won't. I'll just buy him with gold, and then we'll try him out. That's what today is going to be all about. If I go up into my profile up here in the upper right, they made some changes here, and I'm trying to see where they are. Oh, okay, it's down here under portrait. So profile summary is kind of the same. Progression. Although they did add this at level 25, which is something a lot of us have been asking for, the unlock all talents. So now when you hit level 25, you no longer have to individually unlock the talents for a character. So it used to be you had to level the character up to level 4 in order to unlock all their abilities. Now you can just go to level 25 and you'll have those. So now when I buy a kael'thas, I should have all of his talents unlocked and be able to experiment with him a bit more. Now there is some merit to the locked talents in that sometimes it forces you to experiment a bit with builds. I do that anyway. But there are some characters, like in the case since I've been in the beta for so long, like I would play characters, know how they operated, and then if it came to the point where like we had the account wipe, which we won't have anymore, so this is really not a problem anymore, but that was the thing. It's like, okay, I already knew these characters, I knew how I wanted to build them, and then I couldn't anymore because they weren't leveled yet. or if I tried them in the try menu, right, you can go into the try a hero thing, and you can try all their talents there, and you might have a build you have in mind you want to try, but you can't do that until you level up. Now, if you're high enough level, you can do that. I'll take that as a compromise, quite honestly. So, portraits. You can actually change your portrait a little bit. You've got the basic border, which I'm using right now. It's just your player level on your portrait, which of course maxes out at 40. The hero border displays your hero league on your portrait, so I can click that. And if I close that out, there's my portrait. I can turn this off real fast. And you can see now on the portrait, it shows my 36 up there in the upper right. And so people will see that now when I'm in a game with them. And I can also go into Team Border, display your Team League or rank on your portrait, and I'll turn that on, and of course, it's at 50 because I've never touched Team League. So I could have my hero border that shows my League rank on it. I really don't care. I don't play League rank enough to really have it on there. And the last thing I want is for that to be a point of contention, really. So, alright, I mean, that's a lot of the changes here. So what I'll probably do here is get kael'thas. And I wonder if I'll get a stim pack, so I can get a bit more gold after I've bought him. Because that'll be the thing, because that'll take me down in gold. Alright, quick match, go back to quick match. I'll probably do the try menu, or the try thing first. So, shop. New hero, kael'thas. This is kind of nice too. They've updated this so you can actually see the buttons and the icons for it, and you can mouse over it and see the exact description of these abilities now. And that's pretty neat. They've also updated the abilities thing. They did this last patch actually, and I don't think I ever talked about it, where the buttons are here now, and it'll show you your traits. So it's real easy to see the buttons. They did this in-game as well, so we'll take him into the try menu to take a look at that. Oh, actually, you can just see it here.
In battle.
You can see I can go over each of the talents, and the talents will show what abilities they modify now. So it's very quick and easy. Instead of convention parentheses Q, it's convention, and the Q is over here on the right. So it's just a lot easier to see. It makes it at a glance, especially when you're in game. See when it's inactive, so you can know that's going to go on your bar. Let's take a look at his skins real quick. This is base Kael. Whoops. A slight reversal there on these two colors. Interesting. Master skin.
Do not waste time. Join me in battle.
What's interesting is Master Skin 3 and regular Skin 2 are the same. Master Skin 1 and 1 are the same. Yeah, they're pretty much the same color schemes. Interesting. I like this guy. I just like the way he looks. It's just neat. I like how his orbs are actually mechanical. Oh, that's nice. I like that deep red. Alright, so that's Kael. We'll take him in. We'll take a look at his look at some of his stuff.